Hi there! Since SMGs are very potent in Battlefield 2042, it makes sense to actually have a look at them, doesn't it? After all, I made previous videos about sniper rifles and assault rifles, so well, let's have a look at maybe the biggest surprise when it comes to general balance of weapon types in 2042. This series looks at one specific weapon in each session, and in this one I'm going to go through the MP9. First of all, we'll look back at the actual history of the weapon, then the focus shift towards Battlefield 2042 and how the MP9 works there, and how to set it up. And finally, I'll conclude a comparison with K30, which SMG is the best in 2042. If you don't care about history or just generally are bored by me, you can of course use the timeline below to skip to whatever part you find the most interesting. And while at it, if you find the clip useful, please consider that thumbs up button and maybe even subscribe to get more content like this. The Brügger and Tomet MP9 is a fairly new weapon, developed 1992. Production started in early 2000s when the design was brought from Steyr, hence the striking similarity of the Steyr TMP. Since then, it's become a popular weapon for both military as well as police forces in almost 10 different countries, with around 160,000 MP9 produced. Interesting enough, it's used both by the Russian FSB Alpha Group and Indiana SWAT in Lake County, US. The B&T MP9 is well suited for close combat with very compact design and low weight, yet with extended stock it offers good control and it's simply really good, up to 100 meters if we are to believe the manufacturer. In real life it fires 900 to 1100 RPM depending on version, with a bullet velocity of 400 meters per second. Biggest mag got 30 bullets, and for most scenarios in real life that is all you need. As a result, it has been featured in games like Counter-Strike and Call of Duty, and it's also popular as soft airgun replica. In Battlefield 2042, it's a really good SMG at close range, but it's also surprisingly good at medium and even long range. Another detail that surprised me a bit is that only the close combat ammunition matches the real-life fire rate of 900 RPM. Anything else has to settle with 800 or 850. Possibly for balance reasons, the bullet velocity in 2042 is limited to 340 meters per second. That's 15% less than in real life. Already with standard mag, the MP9 has 30 bullets in 2042. It makes the weapon easier to handle than, for instance, the K30, when you haven't upgraded it fully. But even fully upgraded, I think the MP9 really touches the sweet spot for firing rate, mag size and recoil. It's really easy to control, and it's also the reason why it actually works at distances far beyond its real-life effective range in Battlefield 2042. Like many other weapons in this series, it was a while since I got tier 1 on the MP9, and since then I haven't really played it. This is just another useless fact for you, but it made me wonder a little bit when I watched my setup. What was I even thinking? So, here's the deal. MP9 is one of those weapons where I fiddle around with the setup a lot. It's not strictly necessary, but usually I end up changing something for the specific task at hand. I actually run Factory Baller as default. How weird is that? So in theory, that is my preferred barrel. When being spotted doesn't really matter. I also have a Warhawk compensator as third option, but that is not really my common option when playing. The Warhawk compensator increases horizontal recoil control or spread, while it decreases vertical recoil control. If the text is to be interpreted literally, it means that something is sacrificed to improve something else, and for me, I can't really see the need nor the benefit. The balance is absolutely sweet anyway, I don't want to change that. Second option though, I have this 6KU suppressor, which I tend to use quite a lot. As long as the Casper disease isn't too spread on the server, avoid spotting is nice. When it comes to the sights, I have the Fusion Holo as a default. Great visibility with not too much zoom is great for most fights. Remember, most fights with this weapon should be close to medium range. So hipfire or ADS with good visibility is vital. As option, I have the Maul Hybrid 1.5 to free zoom, where I only use the free zoom. When in need, it's faster to switch to 1.5 rather than having the actual change sight, but that is only when there isn't enough time for a proper change. The visibility using the Maul Hybrid isn't as great as the Fusion Holo. I have some random third option, but these two are the only ones that matters. Looking at the ammunition, things are a bit interesting. My default is the extended close combat mag. Remember, it keeps the fire rate up to whopping 900 RPM, and in the wonderful virtual world of 2042, it carries 50 bullets. How insane is that? What were they thinking? 50 bullets with a weapon like this can easily kill 4 to 5 people. My second option is the close combat drum mag. Oh yeah, I already hear some confused questions. Why not use it as a default? The drum mag has 60 bullets, 10 more than the extended, but the trade-off is slower reload. But that is actually not my biggest problem. The weird thing is that when starting you carry 164 bullets in total for the extended close combat mag. You will be able to reload 3 times or even more if you lose some dead players. With the drum mag, however, you only carry 102 bullets in total. 102. That's not even 2 full mags. Even if the individual mag size is bigger, you run low on ammo directly. No thank you. But it can be worth it if you know you're running into 1 full squad or more. Finally, I have the extended standard issue as a backup if I totally run out of ammo. I use the BCG light grip as it gives improved accuracy while moving, which is pretty much what you do when you play SMG. Move, 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 always move. My only option is the LS1 laser sight, which in Battlefield 2042 is nigh useless. The laser sight that improves hipfire is a brilliant idea. The problem with Battlefield 2042 is that you need to turn the laser on, and pretty much whatever you do will turn it off. As a result, you are very likely to either spend unhealthy time looking at whether or not the laser is on or off, or you run into engagement with laser off and suffer from not being as good as you could or should be. As I said, the idea isn't too bad, but since the game is as it is, it's just a poor choice. And besides, the hipfire is rather decent anyway. I know many consider the K30 to be the ultimate SMG in Battlefield 2042, and in many ways that is correct. When really close and personal with your enemy, fire rate is the most important aspect. And close and personal is the main goal for SMGs. However, SMGs in Battlefield 2042 are very powerful, and that is partly because they have increased range, making them tap into the area where usually assault rifles dominate. The K30 has incredible fire rate, but not enough control to extend that range. I'd say already at 50 meters the field is level between the MP9 and K30, and at closer ranges the difference is still marginal. Fact is that since the range is such impressive with the MP9, there is little reason to use anything but. Unless you are sniping several hundred meters away, that is. It is, however, at its very best when using a suppressor and sneaking around behind enemy lines, and it looks better than the K32. And with that objective conclusion, it's time for me to say goodbye for this time. Cheers!